Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your May mid-month tarot check. This is for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I want to thank you first of all for watching these readings. I'm having a great time reading for you and I just love it. So thank you for doing that. It keeps me excited to do more readings. And thank you too for subscribing, commenting, liking, and sharing my videos. If you're new, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and tap the bell if you want to be notified when new videos are posted, which is about every week. So I've posted weekly readings here, but I also added a new reading, a love reading called Love Tarot Check. Is it in the cards? That's on the first Friday of the month, and then I did a seasonal reading for the months of May, June, July, and August. So it's a seasonal tarot check if you're interested in the summer months, but we're almost already into June. Can you believe that? So this is May mid-month, but do know that time is fluid. So if you already are feeling these energies or you're resonating with part of it and you say that happened a month ago, that's all right. It's very common, and the energy can creep into the next couple weeks too. It may not be contained in 2 weeks. If the reading doesn't resonate for you, check out another part of your sign. If this is your sun sign, check out your moon, Venus, or rising. Because certainly there could be something that's more applicable to your life than this. So here we go. Let's see what is going on here for Sagittarius. May 2020 mid-month tarot check for all Sagittarius. Your current situation, you've got the Chariot here. And I haven't seen the Strength card in ages. You've got the Death card in your destiny, but don't be worried about that. That's good. That's a fresh, new, clean slate. You've got the Two of Pentacles behind you and also the Four of Cups. You have the Three of Cups in your upcoming energy. You're represented here by the Five of Cups. You have the Three of Pentacles for the person you may be dealing with or the environment. The Eight of Swords as your hopes and fears. You got the Nine of Cups here as the outcome, but with the clarifier, we got the bottom of the deck has the Two of Swords. So right off the bat, I feel like you are very generous, but you need to be open to receiving things from people. Don't keep yourself stuck, okay? Because I think there's things that there's sort of this almost Herculean sense about it, where a very independent type of person that doesn't take a lot from other people, but it really is okay, and it'll bring you, I think, it'll bring you a lot more reciprocity into your life. So we have represented here, we have Scorpio, we have Cancer. Certainly could be, if you're dealing with a relationship, could be water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have air here, so Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And Earth, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So we start off right here with, I think, a desire to move forward here. But the Chariot card is a great card because that's all about moving forward with victory and success. It's definitely about goal attainment. And then you also have the Strength card here. And you've got this infinity symbol over her head. And that's infinite abundance. So I do think for some of you, you've been putting in a lot of effort into something and waiting for it to pay off, and the payoff is coming. I definitely think it's coming in the material plane. As we get into the reading a little bit more, we'll talk more about how, but I think you're going to get some kind of a payoff here, but I do think it's going to lead to something like where you can buy a new house or upgrade your apartment or condo or something like that, where there's definitely going to be enough money to make kind of an upward movement towards something you've always wanted, towards, because there's wish fulfillment at the end of this. So don't, open your arms up to it. Let it come in. Even, whenever I would see loose change, I would always pick it up, even though I didn't necessarily need it. But I always saw that as the universe giving me money. And if I didn't take it, I felt like, and again, I don't, I always felt like I should just take whatever money comes into me and thank the universe. And now that we have COVID-19, I saw a penny the other day and I was kind of like, oh, I'd normally pick that up, but with this, so just be open, okay? And I know a penny is not a big deal, but be open and know that the universe wants to bring you gifts. So you have in the destiny here, this has to do with your life path, but it has to do with your own free will. I wonder for some of you, or what I'm feeling on this with this death card, is a life path that's different from maybe your family of origin, where your family of origin may have struggled financially, and it's been something where you have wanted to be different, wanted to break free of that, and it can certainly represent physical death, but very rarely. It really has to do with letting go of old ideas and letting go of things to make way for new. I do feel like for some of you, you may have been, the first person to complete college or to get stable in a money sense and really let go of some old belief systems. Like if you were brought up in a home where people said things like money doesn't grow on trees, or, we're not the Carnegies or the Rockefellers. You've really learned to be very intentional with your language and replace all those old negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, with things like money. I'm a magnet to money. I'm always bringing in more money. Money shows up out of nowhere. I'm so lucky whenever I enter any kind of a contest, I always seem to win. It's that kind of belief system. And it's to the point where other people notice it, where they actually say, God, they're so lucky. It seems like everywhere they go, they just seem to, get comped on stuff or upgraded, and it's all that stuff. I definitely feel like that has to do with money. So in the distant past, and this may have been up to even 2 years ago, I do think you were on an emotional roller coaster here with something, and it certainly could be a somebody, where it was just very tumultuous. It was very tumultuous, and there was difficulty there. And I think it was a lot of back and forth and in and out and makeup, breakup, and it got to the point where it was exhausting. It was mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausting. And I think at some point you finally broke free of it. I do think this person was interested in continuing this cycle with you, but it was, it was really just way too much. It was just too much to continue. And they may have come back and wanted to offer you reconciliation in the past, and you just were not having it. And I think for some of you, I think I've had this for you for a while, where you've been single for a while and just working more on money, on building up your career, on moving, on getting your home life, meaning you're in the physical reality, situated and developed more. Developed is even a better word for it. Getting a bigger house, a nicer house, more material things. And not that life is all about the material, but there's something about it that's very alluring to you. You like clothes, you like looking good, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? I'm not here to tell you need to go live in a yurt and be a monk. I mean, there's not everybody in the universe needs to do that. I definitely think you have a reunion with somebody, but I don't think it's this Two of Pentacles thing. I think it's somebody else. I do think there's somebody, and it almost feels like an older sibling's friend or something like that, somebody that you've known in the past but not necessarily dated. I do think that they are going to be very interested in you, and I think you're really ready to move forward. I think that you have been in a place where you've been more focused on, work and money and things like that, and they're interested in taking you out when people can go out and have drinks and dinner and all that kind of stuff, and they may be able to even do it now depending on where you live. But I definitely think they're interested, and you've got a Three of Cups here, but you also have a Three of Pentacles representing them too. So there's definitely something about a union and a commitment here. Now this can be a third party, but I don't feel it here, especially not with the Three of Pentacles, because that's definitely not. But again, this can have to do with home life too, but you're represented here by the Five of Cups, and this can be about sadness and brokenheartedness, but it's a 5, so it's all about change. And I think that you are coming out of a period, because you had the Four of Cups and then the 5 here. I think you're coming out of a period where you just didn't want to mess around with it. You didn't want to deal with a relationship that was in and out and wasn't stable. It just was not appealing to you, and it was really almost more of a distraction than anything else. And so you're really in a place now where it's time to look around and really appreciate the things that you have, because when you do that, you will get more of it. You will attract more of it. And I look at my own life, and I was really appreciating a sum of money that came to me unexpectedly. And then I had somebody very close to me also get a sum of money unexpectedly. And it was like it just snowballed. And pay attention to the 6 people that you spend the most time with. What kind of people are they? Are they high vibrational? Because this person that is close to me is somebody I would say is very high vibrational. I mean, they are constantly attracting new opportunities, money, vacations. And it's like they are so easy about the way that they are in life. They don't worry. They don't stress out. They're just very easy and light to be around. And it shows, the universe keeps matching that and delivering a like match. So this person in your life here, this 3 of Pentacles, this could be, I mentioned before, it's somebody that I think you've known before but never dated. This could also be about somebody from like work. But overall, this is all about a new beginning. It's a commitment. They're standing at this altar together, and, there's definitely potential for a long-term commitment coming in. And it's also too about being able to trust somebody. So I do think if you've had somebody who was very wishy-washy, they were very hot and cold, this is, especially I love it because it's earth, because earth signs have their feet planted firmly on the ground. So, you think of like Capricorn, and they're that little mountain goat that always, they can scurry up the side of a mountain and never falter and fall off. They've always got their feet planted very firmly. So for those of you that are looking for a commitment, there's definitely an interest here. But the main thing that you need to do is get out of your own head. So any bondage that you have, anything that's holding you back, is created by your thinking. And so, especially this 8 of Swords, it's overthinking, overanalysis, and it really can keep you trapped. It's like not being able to see things clearly. And it's all self-imposed. And I do feel like for some of you, this goes back to childhood and some of those imposed belief systems that were negative, but they were also very inaccurate. Let yourself walk free of those. If you know that's you, let yourself walk free of it. You've got this 2 of Swords here. This can certainly be a choice, but it's also that sort of, before I get into him, it's also that limiting. They're both blindfolded here. They're both unable to see clearly. So let go of this. It's time to let go of that, because you are the only one that lives your life. And if you have a life, you have a purpose. And this last card here, so this is your outcome. This 9 of Cups here is all about wish fulfillment, okay? So you definitely have things coming to fruition that are going to make you very happy, but it's a 9. So it's not complete conclusion. I think this is going to last for a while, where you're going to see, more and more things come into your material plane. But, he's like sitting pretty, right? He's just like, look at all my cups. He's so proud of his cups. And I do feel like you're going to be very proud of the outcome of some things with your home life, with your, with work, and just feeling abundant. So it's definitely a card of, like I said, of receiving good too. So if somebody offers you something, take it. Really let yourself do that. So for those of you that want to attract more love into your life, here is an oracle card that is for attracting more love. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. So, if you find that you're in your head a lot, it would be a great time even just to take a nap, just to break that momentum of thought, because the more momentum a thought gets, the more likely you are to attract situations that create that same feeling. And we're going to end on asking it as given from Abraham Hicks. My desires and beliefs are only thoughts. Yeah, belief is a thought you keep thinking. Your desires and beliefs are just thoughts. Ask and it is given. You ask through your attention, through your wanting, through your desire. That is the asking. Whether you desire it to happen or you desire it not to happen, you are asking. So that's why people will try to retract their thinking, and they'll think, oh, cancel that thought, because when they start focusing on that, that becomes their point of attraction, and that's what's attracted to them. So I love you so much, Sagittarius, and I will be back in a week for a weekly tarot reading, and then we'll be back again for a June tarot reading. Can you believe it? I will see you then.